The 11-gallon behind me is officially 1 week old, so let's talk about all the changes it has went through so far. If you guys are new around here, my name is Calum or Calum's Fish Tanks, and I post planted tank content every Tuesday and Thursday, so subscribe if you are interested. So like I mentioned, this tank is a week old, and so far it has been pretty smooth sailing. I've been doing water changes about 4 times a week because the soil I am using does leach a bit of ammonia to help cycle the tank, but I did add fish right away because they were already in the tank prior to this and I really had nowhere else to put them. In the tank there was 4 rummy-nosed tetras as well as quite a few of the orange cherry shrimp or orange shrimp. They're super pretty. I really like the look of these guys. A nice change up from the red that I'm used to in my tanks. One of the changes you may have noticed is there isn't many crypts left on the left side of the tank. There is one left, but I'm planning on selling it because I do have a plan to replace the crypts on that side of the tank, and the ones I wasn't going to replace I moved over to the right side of the tank. So let's get into replacing the crypts with something a bit different. So the plant I'm going to be replacing the crypts with is Heteranthera zosterfolia. Now I picked up a little bag of this stuff this morning, and from what I've heard it is a very fast growing, easy to grow stem plant. So what I'm going to try to do is put it in the area where the crypts used to be, and I'm going to try to keep it a bit shorter. I'm going to use it kind of as a mid-ground stem plant, and I'm going to really have to trim it back a lot because from what I hear it is a very fast growing plant. So it may not work if it grows too fast, but we'll just see how it does, and we're going to test it out today. So this is the area I'm going to be planting them, and I'm going to try to find a new home for this crypt. As you can see, all my shrimp are here. All the nice orange shrimp, because I did put in a little food wafer. But anyways guys, let's get to planting the stargrass. So here's the stargrass now that it is planted, and I think it fits the scape super well, especially the leaf texture with the Ludwigia narrowleaf or Arcuata crossed with Ludwigia repens. I think it works really well. This crypt here that's mixed in between them, I'm going to be selling soon hopefully, so that won't be there in the future. So I'm going to try to keep the stargrass around the same height. I'll probably let it grow up a bit more once the Ludwigia gets a bit higher. I'm kind of going for a Dutch style scape with this tank. I'm trying to do contrasting colors. As you can see, I've kind of got like the orangish red, the green, and then this Ludwigia will turn red and then green again. So I'm trying to make a contrasty scape. I'm trying to have like paths of plants as well. So hopefully it goes well. I'm not really following any Dutch rules. I just kind of wanted a lot of color in this tank and a lot of contrast as well. So far the stem plants in the back of the tank have seemed to have been growing a lot, especially the Rotala Vietnam H-Rot starting to show signs of trying to carpet. Now what this plant does is it kind of lies down flat sometimes and sends out a bunch of shoots from where it is lying down on the substrate, and I'll get a close up, but it's trying to lie down and kind of carpet out, which is a really good sign that it is liking the environment. The Ludwigia narrowleaf, or Arcuata crossed with repens, is looking super good. I'm hoping to get it a lot more red. In the future, I'm going to test out nitrate limitation with this tank. Now, I don't know too much about it, but I know it's supposed to improve the reds of your plants a lot, so that's something I am interested in, and I'm going to do a bit more research before I go through with it, but it's something I may teach you guys about in the future. For future plans with this tank, I really want to maybe buy some more carpeting plants. As you can see, the Monte Carlo carpet is very sparse. A lot of them I think got pushed under the substrate or didn't do well, as well as the dwarf hairgrass isn't too densely planted compared to the rest of the tank, so that's something I may buy in the future. Tissue culture of each to kind of speed up the growth of the carpets in this tank. I'm also going to be receiving a new kind of crypt in a couple of days in the mail, and I'm going to be doing a video when that packaging comes. It's a super interesting crypt that Tropica started carrying, and I'm super excited to test it out in my tanks. It's got a really interesting pattern, kind of like a bit like the Tiger Spiralis, except it is a lot smaller. It stays super small, which is super interesting, and I can't wait to try that out in my tank when I do get it. My plans for stocking are probably going to stay the same. I don't think I'm going to add any more rummy nose tetras. If it was up to me, I would probably get rid of them, but it is my brother's tank, so I'm going to let him decide the path of it. If you guys have any centerpiece fish you'd kind of be interested in seeing in this tank, like gouramis or that kind of things, let me know down below in the comments what you guys would personally put in if you had an empty 11-gallon aquarium. Anyways guys, that about does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. But anyways guys, that about wraps it up. This was Kilm's Fish Tanks. Peace.